Hello, fellow Fumblers, and welcome to another episode of the Film Fumblers podcast. Today, we are going to be reviewing The Devil All the Time, released in 2020 and directed by Antonio Campos. So without further ado, my name's Adrian.
I'm Jay.
I'm Taryn.
Hey, it's James.
All right, boys, let's jump straight into these shots.
Oh, man.
We
I don't
ready?
know about this, man. I'm
We are
I'm fearing it.
coming in hot today.
Look at the
So let's-
refraction of my face in the
Whoa.
shot.
It's beautiful.
Refraction.
Sick.
All right,
All right.
cheers, guys.
Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, Christ. On a pedestal.
This is getting easier. That's a bad sign, right?
I was just talking about that as you left, and I was saying the
Yeah.
last couple have not been easier for me.
Ooh.
And I think I've just been getting tired of shooting gin. So today it's tequila, and I smelled the tequila. I was like, "Fuck this too, dude! God damn it, fuck straight shooting."
Yeah.
It is rough.
It's rough out here.
It's rough out here, but we do it for you guys. All right, this is why we're doing it.
Aw, thanks.
Okay, The Devil All the Time, dude. Just the title right off the bat, I was like, "Is this a horror movie?" I don't know. It sounds like it should be,
Yeah.
Same feels.
but what do you
That
call
which
this?
is like it's kind of the movie as a whole for me. Every 10 minutes that pass, I'm like, is this about to become a horror movie?
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah,
It
there was
was
some
the
parts.
whole time. It was kind of like that.
Yeah. So this
And
is an
like-
original movie from Netflix. Came out, last week or something?
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
A couple weeks
Yeah,
ago?
I think
Yeah,
so.
we're recording this September 26th. It's been out for a couple of weeks.
Feels like a
on
weird
Net-
thing for Netflix to do. Am I wrong in saying that? I haven't seen a lot of their shit, so maybe not.
Well, they did the
don't
Bird
know.
Box thing, which is kind of violent. Did
Yeah.
anyone watch Bird Box?
I did
Yeah,
watch
I
the
did.
Bird Box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess Bird Box was pretty.
It was
violent.
violent.
It's like
yeah.
fantastical, though, right?
That just had
Not really.
it was apocalyptic, kind of.
Yeah.
Who was the main actress in that? What?
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
Sandra
Bullock.
Yeah.
This cast. So that was like the biggest cast. Like Bird Box was like, holy shit! A Netflix original got Sandra Bullock. How cool! This cast is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson, I think alone, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And
That's the only reason I
rightfully
was
so.
ready to watch this movie. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah.
So
Which
I was
is
like,
interesting about the movie because you think this movie plays in acts, right? Like the first act is all what's his name? Bill Skarsgård? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Or what's
Yeah,
his name?
Skarsgård.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skarsgård. Is he it?
Yes, he is.
He
Oh,
is
That's
it.
right. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got
wow.
the crazy eye kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
him. That's him.
Very intense looking eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is very interesting because why? Is there not a single decent American actor out there right now? What the fuck, guys? We
They're all
have all
English.
these British stars. Just is it easier for them to pick up American Southern accents? Well, they were Ohio, right? Midwest and
Yeah, Midwest.
North Carolina, right? Something like that. And it's easier for them to learn the accent than to just pick up Joe Schmo who lived here all the time.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
kinda-
know.
it's
Maybe
kinda
it's just the name recognition. They're both fucking huge right now.
we're just having a big resurgence of just British actors. Even in Star Wars, all the main characters are all British.
That's
besides,
Yeah.
what's his name? Kylo Ren. It's
Hmm.
interesting. There's a lot of British hype right now.
Wait,
Dude, where are
Kylo Ren
all
ain't
the-
British, bro?
We're all like the.
It's like Kylo Ren ain't British, bro.
I know. I said besides him.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, right.
Is Oscar Isaac British?
No, he's not. I was just thinking Finn, Ray,
Yeah.
British.
No, there is a lot more, I think, in the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mainstream. But yeah, it is interesting because this movie is set late 40s, 50s Ohio.
It's like immediately post World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the way that so I remember we talked about this with Back to the Future, where they made the old parts feel old and feel real and stuff. But I think they did a way better job in this movie. It was more serious. It wasn't as fun as Back to the Future. but the cars looked good, the diner looked good, everything looked really good and like of the times.
Yeah, for sure, dude. All the houses and shit looked all old and rickety.
Yeah.
That's just how they were, whatever.
Yeah. Very, yeah, like real 50s. I don't know. There was something, I think for me, there was something to be desired about just the overall like cinematography and mood of how it was shot. Like,
Mhm.
I guess I'm comparing it to more of the period pieces from like Robert Eggers and like, more of just how
Right.
things are a little bit more grainy and a little bit more raw. And this, I don't know, this like it felt like, yeah, they got all the boxes checked on like, hey, we got old cars and we got like old diners and stuff, but I think the way that it was filmed still for me felt modern, if that makes sense.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like too clean of a shot kind of thing.
Yeah, it was
Right.
it was a little clean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it was okay.
It was
alright,
nice.
it was
It
alright.
looked nice.
It did look
Yeah.
really nice, yeah.
But
So, go
the
ahead.
interesting thing about this movie, so there's like a lot of movies out there, and we've done a lot of them where the characters kind of weave in and out of each other's lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that you kind of are told a story at various points of each character's life and
Yeah.
time and all that stuff. And it can like jump a little bit. I think this one feels kind of linear, but it still jumps to give you context, which I thought was cool. But for a movie that does that, which I think is hard to do well, I was pretty impressed. Like I thought that they wove all the stories in pretty well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the
James.
other movie we did that had like storyline weaving, which was
What is it called? With
Bad Times at the El
Bad
Royale.
Times
Bad
at the
Times
El
at the
Royale.
Royale.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was a big one.
So are you arguing this did it better than that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
like it's much
So-
smoother and more put together.
Okay, all right. Here's a hot take, Jay. I don't think this movie did it that well. I think
Okay.
that Bad Times at the El Royale, it left you kind of wondering and guessing, and it
Yeah.
weaved it just in this crazy way. Where this movie, it felt contrived. It felt like they were just like, oh, let's just like throw you back 7 months for no fucking reason and show you a scene over again, and then come back.
Preach. You're preaching right now to me.
I don't
fam.
know. It just
Telling you. No,
wait,
no,
you feel the same way?
I 100% agree with you that this movie just felt nothing in this movie, even though it was so graphic and so like
Mhm.
what's the word? It's in your face.
Yeah.
You kind of expected it after a while. Like it was like, okay, you ready? Like you kind of felt like you knew it was gonna happen. Whereas I don't want to. This is Bad Times Part 2. Bad Times, at least half the time, like you were surprised about what happened. In this
Very much
movie,
so.
like this movie felt like, I'm gonna shout out Lifetime again. It felt like a Lifetime show where it's all drama, no like real heartstrings.
No substance.
I feel like this movie could have actually benefited as a short series. Split this movie up into a 6-episode short. I don't think we got enough time with each of the characters to really feel for their problems. It just felt one bad thing after the next. For what? It was cruel for the sake of being cruel, in my opinion. That maybe I went ahead, but
I agree with that because I was reading, some people were saying like, because this movie is based on a book,
right? Yeah,
that apparently goes way farther into a lot of characters, especially the priest Roy or whatever. Like they go way into that guy, and like apparently it's like super good or whatever. So yeah, maybe if they had more time, they could have fleshed all this shit out. But it felt really fast paced in a bad way, I feel like.
And the movie was sort of long, right?
Like 2 hours,
or
3 hours.
Almost.
No, it was
like
a little over 2.
Little over 2.
maybe.
like 220. Whatever.
And like I just feel like we could have let it marinate a little bit. Like give me like it, and that's what was weird is that it felt like it was like a snapshot and the best of the series. You know what I mean? Like it was like 2.5 hours of what could have been 6 hours, 9-hour series. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I felt. Like they cut all the other extra. I don't want to call it fat. It's just like all the stuff that you kind of want, that you want to linger with characters sometimes, and I felt like this movie didn't let me do that.
It was
Didn't-
almost like
Yeah.
a compilation of previously on The Devil All the Time.
Yeah,
And it was just
yeah.
like everything
A little
happened
bit,
very quickly.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. But if I'm talking more like linear kind of like little context, not super deep. But
Go
the
ahead.
other thing is like, you know, the things you're saying cruel for the sake of being cruel, but I think it's like cruel and then a weird situation in which the cruel happened where you're kind of left being like, was that okay? Was that not okay? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Especially at the very end. Because you're like, he got away, right? But like he kills a bunch of people or a couple people.
Well,
Is he
that,
a good guy? Is he a bad guy?
People in like 15 minutes. I'm just like, this dude, holy shit.
Yeah. But he's like,
Insane.
in some ways, he's like a vigilante almost. You know?
Right.
So
But like he doesn't want to be, you know? It just like kind
Yeah.
of falls into it. The first murder, he's like, okay, like I have to fucking kill this guy for what he did to ultimately his sister, his stepsister. But the other fucking 4 people he kills or 3 people he
but
kills,
like that was like it was all like foreshadowed like with his dad and his raising, like, you know, like
right.
Right.
Yeah.
his dad taught him ain't no bitch out here, like, you know, you ain't no punk bitch. Like you got to finish things when things are bad enough. You take the proper precautions to snuff it out, and Tom Holland, the mass murderer, did it.
Yeah.
yeah. The difference is that like Bad Times at the El Royale takes place over like a day or a week, right? Not that much time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas like this movie has years in between.
Decades.
Yeah.
even.
Right.
So
Right.
with
Yeah.
that considered, I think it did pretty well.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna ask. Like, is it? It's not. It's the not the piecing. The piecing together wasn't sloppy, right? Like it was just like it felt cohesive.
Right.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, cohesive. But I can
Yeah.
see how you guys say rushed and how it would make a good series. I agree.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's true.
But then okay, and then this is my other thing. So like, I say that this would make a good series, but would it? Would it really? If
I don't
you
know.
don't if you don't have Tom Holland, if you don't have Robert Pattinson, if you don't have Dudley, did you guys know that
He looked so
that
familiar,
other priest,
dude. I was
the
like,
other priest was Dudley from Harry Potter,
yeah, that's fucking
Harry Potter's
Wait.
step brother,
the
Which-
spider
What's his
guy.
name?
the spider reverend.
Dude,
Oh.
That's
that guy-
Dudley from Harry Potter.
Dude,
And
I
he's
was
British
like,
too. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
where are all these British coming out of the woodwork, dude? It's like, what the fuck?
Holy
Like,
shit.
this guy
He's
is like
in
from Harry
Buster
Potter or
Scruggs.
something, dude. Like I didn't
What'd you
even
say?
know. I was like, this
Jay?
guy is. Oh, sorry.
oh no.
He's in Buster Scruggs. He's the guy
Yeah,
with
he's
no
the guy with
arms
no
and
arms
legs.
or legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's like the actor.
Oh shit, I don't remember.
Wow, that's
Oh,
crazy.
I remember now. Dang.
But
With Liam Neeson.
He's an interesting looking guy. Like he just
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
really strange.
yeah. I mean, he had a lot of weight on him. He lost like a ton of weight. Like, oh, he's
Yeah.
like really thin now.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you have them and Bill Skarsgård. You replace him with any other Joe Schmo out there,
Mm-hmm.
it wouldn't even make a good movie. It wouldn't make a good series at all. And I think that's like what we're gonna talk about here today is how this movie is really cool because of the phenomenal acting. I don't think I've seen acting like this
Mm-hmm.
in a long time. Like
Me
really.
and
Like,
James are on the same exact page here.
and
I think
that's
he-
why I'm like I'm scared of what your score is, and I don't know what my score is. Like
Yeah.
I still don't even have like a number in my head, but like just talking it out like aloud, I'm like
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
movie. Like I don't know, it's just interesting.
I agree. I think the acting was really good.
Like it's
fucking amazing.
it's top notch, and it kind of is a testament to like what these guys are doing with the
Right.
script that is kind of muddy
Mhm.
and kind of meddling, and it's kind of it's just okay, and they made it better. I don't want to say they made it amazing. I don't want to say
Yeah.
they made it amazing because I don't believe that. But it was just interesting. I don't think you could ever have anyone else do these parts, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
I agree with that.
You're talking about Robert Pattinson for a sec? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's nuts.
Dude.
Um,
Is there anything he can't do? Like
That
yeah,
accent, I'm
I-
like, how do you do that? Like, it didn't even
I
look like
know.
it was coming out of his fucking face.
Yeah,
it did
which
not
is
I
sound
know.
like
weird.
him. It did not sound like his. Even like, granted, he has a different accent. Like, you know, his real voice is a different accent and stuff. But his just voice overall, accent aside, just the tone of his voice completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking good.
Which is like
Yeah,
great,
man.
like what you said, Taryn. Like the voice doesn't match the body. His like, you're just like it doesn't even match his face. Like it's so weird. I'm going hot take here. He's reaching legendary actor status.
Dude, I don't.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
getting up there. He's getting up there with the Leonardo DiCaprios of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude,
I mean, I'm impressed.
Do that.
I'm fucking
Yeah.
impressed.
I don't know if
honestly.
it's just because I'm so on your side, but I don't even know if that's a hot take at this point. This guy, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd watch anything he's in.
And
Honestly.
I've barely been dipped into his quote unquote catalog or whatever, but I'm just like, what a revamping of his career. What a fuck you to everybody that ever
Mhm.
revampiring. Yeah. And like what a big fu. I'm talking Robert Pattinson to the chat. Sorry guys. Robert Pattinson. Just a big kudos to the guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
do
kinda
feel
sad
like
that he
Tom
wasn't in
Holland
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I wish he was in it more, but him not being in it as much, maybe it made it better. I don't know. That's one of those hard things.
He was just so
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
He
so
hasn't
gross.
Yeah, it's so funny. Just real quick,
Just so
like
gross.
how like Robert Pattinson generally plays characters that are pretty likable, and in this, like he plays a pedophile who's a rapist, and you fucking hate his character so much. And I remember watching it.
A reverend
Yeah.
pedophile
Exactly. I
rapist.
remember watching it. I was like, God damn it, I hate this character so much. But immediately after, it was just like, Robert Pattinson's so good. It
Dude, okay.
making me hate him. Like,
So when the movie
good.
when the movie first was playing, I was like, is this like a super Jesus movie? I was like, this is weird as fuck. I was like, everyone's gonna trash on this. Everyone's gonna hate this movie because it's super Jesus-y. And then all of a sudden, they went into the dark depths of
Real dark.
Christianity, which is just like that shit's real, right? Like
Yeah.
you hear countless stories of pastors and ministers, using their position of power to kind of take their way with anybody. And that was kind of interesting to me. Like at first I was like, is this like a super Jesus movie? And then all of a sudden it was like a super dark Jesus movie.
Dude, there's the shot with Pattinson when he's giving the first sermon.
I know what you're gonna say.
Holy shit, man. It's like perfectly framed with the cross right behind his head.
So good.
And it slowly pans down as he's giving the sermon, and he gets more intense, and you kind of start to see his true color and evil. And then the top of the cross disappears, and you can only see the sides. And he looks like the devil, kind of. He like makes his transition. From,
Dude, okay,
on the
I
cross
didn't
to the
catch.
Cool. I didn't catch.
I
that
didn't
either.
catch a lot of like the cinematography kind of stuff.
It was really good, dude. It was
Oh, really?
pretty. It was pretty to look at, and then there was little treats like that throughout. Go back and watch that scene just for that. It's so cool.
Really? Yeah. I mean, just to watch his performance it's really recommended. It's really recommended.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely. I kind of feel like Tom Holland is on the path. Like he's played a variety of characters, and he's young. So like I'm interested to see what he does, how he keeps that going.
He's doing good. He's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing, and like you just love his character. Like it's so funny. Just Tom Holland's character felt like it felt like he had cotton balls in his mouth all the time. Like freaking
But that's literally how that's like his Spider-Man voice is always like his mouth feels like it's like he can't open his mouth. It's always really good.
Or else the British will come out.
Yeah.
Like, listen to me. You touch my sister one more time, and you're gonna fucking pay for it, okay?
No.
I'm just kidding.
That might be his New Yorker fucking Spider-Man accent.
His only-
all the time. It just felt like that. It was so, but
Yeah.
it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
Like he had a dip spit in his mouth all the time or something.
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. And I think that really just takes us back to the acting carried this movie, honestly, for me, way farther than I think it even deserves.
Way
Like,
too hard. Like it was just lopsided. Like
yeah.
it was just like, holy shit, these guys took this and they literally made straw out of gold, or gold out of straw. Yeah, other way around. It was that. I mean, that's how I'm feeling. I think Adrian's feeling that way. I don't know.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
As we talk about it, I'm feeling that way.
Yeah.
It's making sense to me.
I never go into these with a rating or like an actual number in mind, just because I know the conversation. It's like, what conversation does this spark? Is this worthy of a higher rating, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And I'm glad I'm not doing it for this movie, but I have an idea, and I don't know. How are you guys?
I usually have a general ballpark
Yeah.
range of like, it could be this to this.
It feels
I
like
want,
a this.
I was like,
Yeah.
I want someone to sway me to my high score or my low score, and then I could give it a medium range.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
kind of give it ballpark in my mind when I'm rating.
Yeah, same here.
I feel
Yeah.
that.
I usually just pick a number, like basically minutes after watching it. I'm like, I think it feels like this, and then I kind of think about it for a few days, and then I come to this, and yeah, like James said, I hope to be swayed, which it's kind of happening. I'm getting there. The acting carried it. I agree. But at the same time, like there's a lot of things that, we talked about it kind of feeling like a horror movie, or like it was about to become a horror movie, and the part that really got me there, because it happens, I guess, first, is when Dudley pours the spiders on himself.
Dude,
Whatever his name is.
Right?
Yeah.
They were CG, right? They look kind of bad.
Some people were saying that they were real. And I was like, there's
no
maybe
way
some
they were
were,
real.
but there was no way all of them were, dude.
It looked sort of budget to me, in my opinion. But
it's just weird that so many people were like, those are real, dude. I'm like, there was at least a couple that were not.
How do you just find 1,000 spiders and put them at? I don't know. Maybe there's probably somebody who their
Maybe
job
they
is
had, like,
that.
4.
Whatever. I don't know.
It's ain't enough.
Yeah. But that's another thing, is like the movie is so new that people don't really know how most of the stuff was done. Like so I watched it Wednesday night, and then I finished it Thursday. I split it between the 2 days. And after, I went to the Wikipedia, and it was like so fresh that the plot was one line.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that
right,
was
at the time?
It's like
Wow.
the
Yeah,
pre-release
at the time.
So did
It was
you
one
fill it in?
sentence.
Yeah.
No, I didn't fill it out. No,
This guy
I didn't
dies,
finish
and then
it.
this person
like,
dies,
okay,
and then this
let's-
person dies.
That's this. Time to contribute to Wikipedia. I'm not there yet in life. But I think that, it was interesting, because I opened it and I saw that, and I was like, oh shit, we're gonna have to actually think about this movie. Go read stuff.
See,
That's our
can't
secret,
just
folks.
read the
That's our
Wikipedia.
secret. We just go
read
on
it.
Wikipedia before, and then we just spit nonsense.
Yeah, people are gonna start listening to our episodes and then just be like, "Wait a minute, do they just read the Wikipedia page?" And then
Word for word.
Yes, that's yes. We read it 15 minutes ago, and that's what we're saying now.
Hey guys, you got it.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it was weird because it was so new. Like, I realized that all the movies that we've done so far have been movies that are pretty old, except for like remakes, which
Move on it. Yeah,
there's inherently something to talk about there. So having a completely original, fresh, new movie was interesting.
yeah.
I mean, it exists in other mediums.
Sure. Yeah.
Right.
The cool thing, how did you guys feel about the narrator, which was actually the guy who wrote the
Ronald
book?
Ray Pollock. Yeah, he wrote the book.
that was cool.
It
It
was-
was him.
I liked his voice. I think it was done well.
I liked the narrator at points. At other times, I felt like he was holding my hand and told me, "Hey,
Yes.
look."
I agree.
Like sometimes
These are how the characters are feeling right now. Like,
or like they poisoned the water hole. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, when it was like, he filled them with blanks. Like when
Yeah, it's
the
like
girl,
obviously.
yeah, it was just like just let the movie play and like
But they were
Yeah.
like at times it felt like they were, just let
There
the
were other
audience
times-
let the audience ride along. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You don't have to tell us everything.
there were other times where I think the narrator did or the narration was really powerful and really great. Specifically, the scene where Lenora is about to hang herself, and
Yeah.
it's like she changed her mind, and then she's doing it, and she struggles and slip. Like again, I mean, I think this movie has a lot of shocking scenes.
Yeah.
You could argue that like they're going maybe just too much for shock value, but the narration specifically in that scene was
Yeah. It's
really good.
tragic. It's tragic.
Yeah.
Her whole story arc is tragic.
man, that's
Yeah.
Speaking
hold
of-
on, before we get
speaking
off
of-
the narration, if we can.
Go ahead.
Sometimes it was actually pretty funny, right? I forgot what it was. It was towards the end. I don't know. He said some funny shit, but when we were talking about how it could have been longer and stuff, I feel like that's kind of why a lot of the narration was in it. It was like, all right, we need to speed this up,
Right.
explain this
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Yeah.
that's probably the
Okay.
parts that it felt bad is probably because of that, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and it is Netflix, right? Like you have to take into account that not everybody is going to fully understand what's going on.
Damn.
So
wait, what?
that's not
what
it did. I'm just
Ragging
saying,
on
like,
everyone that
you
has
have to make it
Netflix.
as accessible as
He
possible.
just said
right?
poor people watch Netflix and they can't afford cable
Whoa.
TV. I'm just kidding. And they don't know what the-
not
they
at all.
don't know what the- I'm just kidding.
I'm saying
I
that-
get it, but I feel like
No,
you could say the opposite though, right?
I'm trolling. I'm trolling.
I'm saying everybody has Netflix. Everybody, right? And so, like, when you get a movie like this where there's
Wider
big names in
audience.
it, you want it to play well. Like, you kind of throw those things in to just make it easier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how many people throw Netflix on in the background? Like, being able to kind of get context throughout the movie, I think
Sure.
is fine.
I mean,
It feels
yeah,
weird
yeah.
or whatever, but
I don't know. I feel like you could say the opposite though. Like, if someone doesn't like it, they can just turn it off and watch 30 fucking other movies. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to be so strict with it. And that other movie that just came out called I'm Thinking of Anythings is a perfect example of that, because that movie does not make any fucking sense, but it's really good. I don't know.
okay. All right.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't totally buy the Netflix dumbing down part. Not dumbing down. Sorry, that's too harsh. But you know what I mean.
Yeah,
No,
it just
making it
was a-
easier to
it was a
understand.
theory.
Accessibility
Yeah,
is
yeah.
what he's saying.
Yeah,
Accessibility.
yeah. There you go. Sorry.
Which it's all about knowing your audience. It's why not make something that's enjoyable? I think that this, I don't know. I think people who are, I was about to call us aficionados.
Oh no,
I don't think we're
that's
there.
not us, brother.
People that think a little bit harder than normal.
Look,
Yeah,
okay.
I think people that are real moviegoers, they are very split with this movie. I think they see, well, in anything in life, you see the positives, you see the negatives, but I think you're very split between this movie is really great and you can't believe that you didn't pay any money for it. Like, this is
Right.
it's incredible. Like, this is really good on Netflix. Like, wow, this movie came out just to come out, and you're only paying $15 a month.
That's true. Yeah.
That's,
Not even
that's
that,
pretty
right?
fucking huge, right?
Not even
Like,
that. If
yeah.
your mom's account, you're not paying anything.
yeah, you're not paying anything. That's my case. I'm using my sister-in-law's account, so it's like
That's a good point.
it's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'll just say this. They did the same thing in Detective Pikachu. So, like,
What do you mean? What do you mean?
this, like, hold your hand through it. Explain everything. that's
Oh,
going on.
sure.
Yeah, Joker.
Well,
too,
but
you
it
don't have to
feels-
get
I don't
into
even
it.
remember that terrible movie. I
The
don't
movie
know.
was so fucking bad.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Dude, shout out Sonic. That's the craziest, coolest.
Sonic was actually pretty good, man. All right, okay, but no, what I was gonna say, I'm like about to like go
Hold
to
on.
fucking battle for Sonic.
It's like, let me rag on
Um,
Joker for holding your hand too, but never mind. I don't want to go down that fucking
Dude.
thing.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, we need to open that can of worms. That's a good movie, Joaquin. Okay, but that's all right. No, the whole thing is like, how much of a movie is the acting performance carrying it through? Because Joaquin Phoenix, you can't argue that he didn't do a phenomenal
Well,
fucking
no.
job in that.
Of course
Yeah.
he did.
And
Yeah,
so,
I don't think me and Taryn are gonna we're not gonna fucking
you know what I mean?
We're not gonna try to bring
unlocking-
Heath Ledger back from the grave to say that he's the greatest.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
but like I think the question is that still a good movie on its own?
Trying to
'Cause
bring
it
up
feels
some
like
controversy this episode, guys.
Yeah, I see that.
I haven't been
Stirring the pot.
controversial in like
Yeah, why
five
is it supposed to be the hot
episodes.
take?
I'm just trying to say anything that comes to the noggin today, guys. Sorry.
Unplugged.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Anyways, Adrian, sorry.
Anyways.
I
No,
rudely
but what I was gonna say, I mean, again, with Tom Holland and Robert Pattinson and Skarsgård, like feels like an 8-year-old could have wrote this script and they would have made it work. Like they would have just dragged it across. The
kind of 8-year-old is fucking
finished off.
talking about murder and rape.
No, I'm
and
just saying, I'm not
abortion.
saying this movie. I'm saying an 8-year-old could have given them anything, and they would have been like, "All right, we're gonna fucking
Oh,
talk about
okay,
Sure,
yeah.
visiting the grocery store and the popsicle
Yeah.
stand and make it a fucking moving piece."
Right.
And Robert Pattinson would move into the fucking grocery store and go all crazy and shit.
Yeah,
We're there for one.
Yeah,
um,
I agree.
yeah.
Carried by
Oh,
acting.
boy.
All
Carried by
all are in agreement of that.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
somehow have Sonic and all kinds of other random shit during that.
Sonic Detective Pikachu.
All right.
We're just. I
Some
think I'm
others.
finally catching up to you guys from earlier today.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've been
another
doing
actor.
Yeah.
Did you guys recognize the sheriff guy?
I had to look it up, and I'm so
Oh.
mad at myself that I didn't realize
Me
who the fuck
too.
he was.
Sebastian Stan, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Who is
fucking
that?
Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes from Captain America
Avengers
and
and
stuff.
shit.
Oh.
With long hair and shit. I was like,
Oh,
what the
yeah.
fuck?
Oh.
I was like, I know this guy.
Duh.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
Dude, oh wow, that haircut is so.
Which was an interesting like. This whole movie had just commentary on people in positions of power. Like he was a piece of shit cop. Like
Mhm.
like he was like getting his
There's
shit,
always election.
shit yanked.
Snob
Yeah,
cop.
yeah. He was like he was getting his thing yanked and and then he was like, yo, it's election time. Can't be yanking my chain when I'm trying to win that thing. But yeah,
That's
I don't
a
know.
real
This
quote, by
whole,
the way. He actually said
Yeah, that
that.
was a real quote in the movie. What a real is you got all of it in the Pepsi cup? Like what?
Oh my god!
Got
I
what?
know.
I'm sorry.
You got it all in the cup? Like he's just like, yeah, pretty
me
soon we
ask-
could be together. No more Pepsi cups and no more this. And I'm like, what are you saying? And then
What?
oh,
Yeah. This
And then
movie's
he gets
so weird.
thrown
If
down the
anyone's
window.
watching this and they didn't watch the movie, like you're like, what? Jack it
Oh,
off
yeah.
in cups, like, and that's what this movie is. It's just like it's okay. So like you have Old Boy, which is hectic, and there's so much shit going on.
mhm.
You get the flashbacks and present time, and everything fits up and meets in the middle. With this movie, it's just I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie within a 2 hour and 30-minute timestamp. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't like even though Old Boy's chaotic, it feels I don't know interesting or like it has a style, I guess. And this movie, yeah, I agree. It didn't really. It's chaotic, but it kind of jumps around a lot, like
Yeah.
a lot.
Like,
which was
didn't-
interesting. Go ahead.
It like didn't have a place that it was going that you had any idea of. Does that make sense? Like in Old Boy, you're like, oh shit, we're gonna find out what happened.
The revenge, right? Like we
Yeah.
were gonna get revenge eventually.
We know what we're
With
looking
this
forward
movie,
to,
it
but
was
there's
just-
nothing in this, right? Really? I don't know.
It was literally the devil all the time. The devil was literally lurking all the time. He was literally killing people and hanging people and
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
I would say I did like, there was a mission or a purpose later on in the film when Tom Holland's character is he's just killed, the Reverend and he's fleeing town
Yeah,
I think that's when it starts getting a lot more interesting. But that's like
hardly
It's
though.
like a
very end of the
20-minute
movie.
arc at
But
the
I don't.
end.
I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like hardly. Like it's like when you rely on happenstance, like just a random. Oh, he's getting picked up by the fucking Manson family again, like which or whatever.
Just
Like
random
you
people
know,
that kept showing you.
just the random family that just likes to go around and kill people. Like, why is that a thing in movies? Like, like the
But it was
the-
like connected to
the-
the sheriff, right?
huh?
It was the sheriff's sister.
Yeah,
I mean, it was connected.
like it was
Like-
connected, but it was just like I don't know.
It was all like too
I think
conveniently connected.
we all are kind of tired of the serial killer in the 60s fucking trope. That's a trope, right? Like this is early Vietnam War days. Like isn't that Manson era? Like
a
or
little
no?
before, I think.
Man,
Or
No, I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking out of my ass.
look,
But
this was late '60s at this time,
when
right?
Tom
Like,
Holland goes up, or
yeah,
when
is that Manson era? I don't know.
Manson's what, like '70s,
Okay, yeah.
early '70s. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know, but like I don't know. I just the whole fucking serial killer side quest felt side quest. Like it felt weird. Like
yeah,
there was not much besides giving the audience a justice boner, right? Like fuck everyone was like fuck yeah they died, or like hell yeah the main character killed the bat. Like those weird random baddies that like had really no weight with the rest of the story. It felt like what other purpose besides letting Holland kill him? Like
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. It felt odd. Felt odd to me.
yeah. What it really made me think about was like how much of this crazy serial killer shit happened in real life that like nobody knows about, just because there wasn't like a lot of
Dude, the forensic science was not a thing
Yeah.
then. I'm just like, how
Right.
easy was it to get away with murder in the '60s? Like, what the fuck? People are killing each other all the time, I guess.
That's what I was just
Obviously,
thinking about. I was
why?
like, that's probably why it's a
No one
trope,
saw it
right?
happen. I guess it's an unsolved mystery. We'll throw it in the fucking
Exactly.
file.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Which was this whole movie. I mean, fucking Tom Holland's probably gonna get away with all this shit. He killed like 7 people. Like, what the fuck? And he just rides off with some hippie, and you're just like, you want him to get away with it? But
They
you're just
should
like,
have ended the movie where he ride off with some hippie and then it was Manson again, and it was just like we could have
Tom Holland just rolls his eyes when the movie ends. You're just
we could have double troped where no like he could have got turned. He was like, yeah, I just killed 7 people. What's 7 more or some crazy shit?
oh,
That would have been
Jesus
like,
Christ.
oh,
Season
watch
2.
it, watch it. Season
No,
2
dude,
coming out.
he realizes he's with the Manson family, and he just racks his Luger, and then the credits roll, and it's just like, yeah.
And it's just written by Quentin Tarantino. The credits roll.
Written and directed.
That revisionist history, fucking.
It would totally become.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Okay, I'm in for it. Okay.
Would have been better. Oh God, could you imagine? I would have been like, okay, all right, let's talk about this movie for a minute. Like,
Yeah. You'd be like, yeah. You'd be like,
It's like-
did you see that shit? No.
They did what?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, we've gone on some tangents today, guys. We're
I
trying
don't know.
to
'Cause it's like,
I'm
what do we, I don't know what to say, man. It's
This
so
movie is
know.
just
I
so
mean,
all over the place.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is, and I mean, I don't know. Is there? I'm trying to think on specific plot points, specific place. I was surprised that you were able to pick up on the little devil horn thing, because I was like, I just felt like this movie wasn't very stylistic. It just
I didn't feel that
like
either.
it just I don't know. Like maybe I
There's
was
a
just
lot of style in the camera work.
maybe I was just I don't know. I went in with the bad taste for some reason. I don't know.
I feel like
I don't know. I didn't give it a chance. I don't know what it is, but
for me, like the first, like it felt like hour. It wasn't the first hour, but like it felt like the first half of the movie when it was Bill Skarsgård and with Tom Holland as a little tiny kid.
yeah.
That took so fucking long, dude. Like any other movie, that would have been like the first 5 minutes. Get this shit
honestly,
out of the
okay.
way, and then you
Okay.
move on, right?
I'm gonna talk more shit. Just like it's literally like the dumbest trope of all time. the husband finds his fucking collapsed wife that's sick. Like it's like doesn't that happen in every fucking movie? Like it's such a cheap like
but like
plot line,
what
right?
other movie
Like doesn't that or like some other like oh what's wrong? She collapsed or he collapsed. Like it's just like I feel like that's just like what?
Yeah, but
I
like
don't know.
what
I just feel
other
like it
movie?
happens too much.
What other movie had the guy crucify a dog after as like a
Oh,
response?
Dude,
That was
that
crazy.
pissed me off. I was like,
That was
"Go in
just
there."
fucked up.
It was weird.
That kid
It felt
should have ran
weird.
away at
Yeah.
that fucking second right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Shit.
That was crazy.
Damn, this movie is crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's just like it's just like sensory overload. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Sure.
like let's fucking kill a dog. Let's have a girl accidentally hang herself. Let's it's just let's have mass murderers. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do like how many
Let's have
things
like child
do we
rape.
need to
Like,
do?
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
That
let's have
wasn't-
child rape. Let's have every fucking thing on the checklist, and it's just I don't know. It just feels it cheapens after a while, you know, and that's just kind of how I felt when after a while you were just like, okay, this is again, it's you know, it's another fucking crazy thing, and then it just happens again. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah, after a
But-
while I was like, all
Yeah.
right, everyone's gonna die, whatever. Like, and then it almost basically happened that way, and it's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like throughout they're trying to, I don't know, keep you interested and just being like, look at this crazy shock value thing we're gonna do, and it was just
Mhm.
like, whoa, that was crazy, and then it just goes on. And you're like, oh,
It's
that's
just like-
crazy too.
yeah.
Like I
You're
don't-
just
but,
bored, and then it's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
a spike, and then it goes back down. to
Like,
being
yeah,
bored.
you're like, whoa,
Yeah,
somebody stabs
yeah.
their wife with a screwdriver. Like that's crazy, and then like, whoa, some like little girl hangs herself when she didn't mean to necessarily. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I
it
forgot about the stab in the
God,
yeah.
dude, that sucks.
I mean, that was pretty intense. Like, just could you imagine, like, you just believing that much? Like, I can raise somebody from the dead, right?
dude,
like,
that part was
no.
one where I was like, this is where it turns into a crazy ass horror movie, right? She's gonna come
yeah.
back or something, but
Oh, you thought that?
I was
Oh,
like, something has to happen. What the heck? This movie is not interesting, right? I don't know.
Yeah, and weirdly, like, we talked about the CG a little bit earlier, but I felt like the blood that was falling out of her neck felt like just clumpy, like too much so, and like weird. Like I don't know if they were trying to do that. I was just like,
Huh.
is it
that's
bad?
from your jugular, man. That's 100%.
No, I know, but like it's not already freaking like coagulated at that point. I don't know. I've never saw a body bleeding from their jugular, but it felt weird to look at, I guess. Like, I don't know the
Okay,
normal way to
dude.
see that.
That's a nitpick, bro. Come on.
Okay,
The
dude.
blood out of their neck.
I actually did
It's
notice.
coagulated. I don't know, man.
No, I'm just saying it felt weird. Like I don't know. I was like,
Look, I
look at this
agree.
thing so much.
I agree that it feels weird and that they hold your hand and all that shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a Netflix movie. It's not going to be. Well, okay, I've never seen The Irishman because I don't have 3 fucking hours to, do that. But like
Oh,
for the
we
most
can get it
part,
next week.
Oh man.
for the most part, I feel like Netflix movies aren't going to like change the landscape. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, but the thing about it is, like, shouldn't they? Should we start
Dude.
expecting more from Netflix? From Netflix
Now in this
I'm-
day and age,
because
I
now,
Just
now,
ask
okay.
us, dude. I don't know.
Initially, we're just like, whoa, they got Sandra Bullock. Holy shit, that's fucking awesome. Now it's like, okay, they've got Tom Holland, they've got Skarsgård, they've got Robert Pattinson, they've got like a big ensemble. I mean,
I don't know.
we should start asking more for that.
I mean, okay, so
don't know.
there's a movie that came out like 2 weeks before this that I mentioned earlier called "I'm Thinking of Ending Things," and that movie is batshit fucking crazy, dude. Like that is not something I would expect from Netflix, and
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Well,
think
I
it's
watched
really
Marriage
good.
Story. It's in that
Marriage
boat
Story,
too.
sure.
That's a good movie.
Oh, is that also a Netflix original?
Yeah.
Oh, I forget about that all the time. That's a good movie.
That's the thing is like it's kind of like A24 in that they just buy movies to put on their shit. Like they don't usually make the movies like you know what I mean, like commission them to be made. They find
Yeah.
them and put them on their shit. So they buy them so they could have them on their platform.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it
Well-
depends a lot on the director too. I mean, both of those directors that I'm thinking of, Many Things and Marriage Story, have made stuff before that was crazy.
Yeah.
And I've never heard of this guy, the guy who did The Devil All the
Yeah,
Time. So
Antonio Campos. Yeah.
I don't know what else he's done, and maybe he's relatively new. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know either.
I mean, I don't know. We can compare it to like the big thing that's going on in gaming right now, where we have Microsoft trying to create essentially the Netflix of gaming, doing the Xbox Game Pass. They
Yeah.
just did a monumental purchase of
Bethesda.
ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda and id Software, Doom, all the Elder Scrolls games are going to Xbox. And do we expect more from Netflix? And then when we see Microsoft, do we expect more from them? I don't know. Yeah, I think you're on something, Adrian. Maybe we do need to expect more. That's why you see Microsoft making money moves. That's they just purchased a ton of fucking heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing I love about Game Pass is they have the freedom to make smaller weird shit, and that's what I want to see out of Netflix and HBO Max and all these things is like
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
one's like paying for this specifically, but if you just market a little bit, like they'll just try it out and maybe they'll
Yeah,
like it.
well, shit. Fucking Netflix, they fucking hook, line, and synced me. There's that movie #Alive.
Oh, I heard about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a Korean movie about a zombie apocalypse, and I had a fucking blast watching.
Oh, you watched it?
It's actually about a live streamer who's stuck in the zombie apocalypse. It's fucking
Like stuck in their
wow.
apartment or something, right?
He's stuck in his apartment, and it's I had a fun.
That
time
sounds like
watching
a lot
it.
of fun. Actually.
I had a fun
Yeah.
time watching it, and I saw that shit. It was a fucking it was a commercial on my Facebook page. Damn it, I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
They fucking
I was like,
got
what
me.
the fuck is this?
Man.
But in the comments were like, this movie was actually pretty fun, actually pretty good. And I was like,
No, it's
and then I watched it and I was like, I kind of like this. But anyways, tangents.
No, but to take it back, I mean, so we talked about the narration in this movie felt a little bit like they were holding our hands through it. And I don't know, as movie non-connoisseur, whatever the fuck we want to call ourselves, people who are into film, it's just like that kind of bothers us.
We're film fumblers.
So we're in between like, do we want Netflix to just give them complete freedom and be like, hey, do what you're gonna fucking do? It doesn't have to cater to any type of audience. Or does Netflix have to say like, hey, we also want this movie to be like watchable to a broad audience?
Yeah.
Right.
But like, is this movie watchable to a broad audience? Like, I don't know that I would recommend my parents to watch this movie, or you know.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
a good
like-
point.
I mean, it's
I feel like I
just
would tell my
heavy
mom to watch
drama.
this.
Yeah,
But
I feel like it's heavy drama. Like Jay said, it's very accessible. Like it's not gonna put your head through a rap or anything. There's no major plot twists or anything. It's just a story about some good old boys.
Yeah.
Well, I do think that it's pretty graphic. Like, there's a lot of
That's true.
things that I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
people would be put
yeah.
off
Did
by.
I say it was not graphic?
You can look away.
No, no, but
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
just saying, like,
yeah.
that's a reason why maybe people wouldn't be into it so much. Is
Sure.
you know,
Yeah, it's pretty.
that's not everybody's
Yeah,
thing. They're just all fucked up in the head.
But you know what gets people to watch it? It's fucking
The cast.
free.
Oh.
No. Oh,
Fast forward that
it's,
shit.
It's free, quotes.
Yeah.
Like you might as well watch it anyways. It's on Netflix.
And that's
right?
where I'm like, should we be expecting more if it's free? I don't know.
Free. I mean, we say free loosely, but
Right.
you know what I mean. Yeah.
I don't know. I think if it becomes the norm, like movie theaters don't really make a big comeback or something, and Netflix becomes like the main avenue of watching movies, then yeah, I think absolutely we should expect
Yeah.
this variety. And
Yeah.
but I don't know.
But
I mean, right
At the
now,
same time, it's just like, okay, what is missing from the production of Netflix that is stopping us from asking for more? Like, is it the money? Like, it can't be the money because they have that and they can afford a fucking cast like this.
Yeah.
I don't know because they
What's
were
stopping them from making great fucking movies that we can
Because-
expect a lot from?
I think that they're just based on the fact that they grew up from getting a good amount of other people's content and allowing it to be accessible to millions on the cheap. And that's why I don't know. I mean, we could give them a pass. Like they're a fucking billionaire company, whatever. For fuck's sake, they literally opened up the Netflix studio here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They bought the Albuquerque studios. Like, yeah, I mean, I think we can give them a pass now. I mean,
sure. I'm not. Yeah,
for
absolutely.
now.
I agree.
But honestly, for the price, we're not paying fucking premium HBO prices, right? Like, I know HBO Max is how much?
15.
15. But when HBO was on TV back in the day, wasn't it like $30 a month? Something more than that?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. It was a lot.
And you couldn't
more.
and you couldn't even select what you wanted.
And that's why you see the crazy quality of HBO shows.
HBO makes great fucking shows.
I don't know, man. That's what I was saying.
Besides Game of Thrones. I haven't even seen it all. Anyways,
but that's the thing is HBO Max is a fucking streaming service that costs the same amount as Netflix, and they put out crazy cool, high quality shit, dude.
Yeah, but and that's the thing is that Netflix literally made them play their cards. Like Netflix was like, we've been doing this shit forever. What the fuck are you gonna do? Cable is dead, bro. And you did Game of Thrones. Bro, what? Yeah. Okay.
But I do feel like it's one of those situations where you die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and we go full circle.
I mean, I'm not over here. I'm not over here. Gobble me, swallow me, Netflix. I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
I'm not over here shilling for Netflix, but
I'll say this.
They do come out with good shit. I enjoy Umbrella Academy, and that shit's quality, man. It's quality. Like they got good quality stuff, but you know what? They have a lot of bad shit.
Exactly,
on Netflix.
Dude.
There's a lot of
Netflix originals I think are really bad overall. Like
that's why I'm like, why can't they have all this shit that people watch, all the rom-coms and reality TV shows? Oh, this is the craziest shit, man. Take a risk.
Yeah.
Hashtag alive, dude.
I think they have to use some of the money to buy like the licensing for old shit too, like Jurassic Park and then all these other things. They don't say that forever.
Oh, is that Disney Plus? I don't know.
That's Disney Plus.
Oh, sorry. Getting my stream service.
The Office, though, NBC, that's like one of their biggest fucking things. I don't know how that battle's going down, but
it's leaving at the end of the year.
It's leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, see that's what's interesting is that's going to be a blow. One show
that and Friends are leaving, or I think Friends is already gone.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on HBO, I think.
Yeah, so that again, that forces Netflix into this situation where like, okay, we need to focus more in on our originals because they don't, they can't rely on having other people's content available on their platform, and. Yeah. I don't know. Is the devil all the time going in the right direction? Like, is this what we want to start seeing from Netflix originals? Do we want more? Is this a good stepping stone?
I think it's perfect. I think, and especially right now, shit's so fucking bleak out there. Like, there's nothing new to look forward to right now. Like, Netflix can put out a steaming pile of golden shit and people would watch it. Like right now, everyone's starving for quote unquote new content. Like Netflix is gonna kill the game. They're killing the game. This movie is literally number one on Netflix right now. I think I might be talking about my ass. Still is. Like people literally watch the entire content or the entire catalog of Netflix over the last 6 months in quarantine. So they're
ready for anything.
Coronavirus, says Native Potato.
Oh my god!
What did he say?
Netflix did coronavirus. They planned it so that way everyone would just watch their content and just re-up their subs.
And that's the hottest take of the night, right there.
That's a good one. I had to say that one. I had to say that one.
Conspired with Nintendo to sell Animal Crossing.
True.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is it's interesting to see that Netflix is starting to get these really big actors involved in these interesting projects. This movie was interesting. I don't hate this film at all, and I don't know, I'm not like mad that I watched it, and I think that Netflix is going in the right direction in picking up things like this. And I'm excited to see more for sure.
Yeah.
And especially because I don't have to fucking go out and pay $12 to see it, you know?
Or 30 in the case of fucking Mulan, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't fucking bring that hellhole of a movie back up.
No, I agree. I think it is, like you said, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
I hope we get some more.
Yep.
I think so too.
Yeah, and we will. We will. I mean, it's in our backyard, guys. So cool.
That is cool.
I'm chilling now. Now I'm chilling.
Yeah, right. Like keep bringing that Netflix money over to New Mexico, because
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, they pay my company, dude. We take care of the Netflix studios, my family's landscaping company. We literally get Netflix cash into our bank account. So continue to subscribe to Netflix so that way we can get fucking paid. Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. Are the studios pretty busy when you're over there?
No, it's generally very chill. Well, the security is kind of like, who are you? And I'm like, check it out. They're like, oh, you just come, and I'm like, yeah, let me just doing a little look around, make sure everything looks. No, yeah. They're doing Better Call Saul there now. They have but they actually added the big old Netflix on the buildings.
Oh, that's cool.
Looks sweet. Yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, they are assholes. Those guys are really they're the upper management don't fire us. They're very stickler about like any little thing, but we you know what, we come through, we provide.
Where is the Netflix studio at here?
Think of Isleta Amphitheater, though. It's Journal.
Oh, okay, so a little bit outside, like
a little bit over that way. Yeah, that way. Yeah,
that way.
Cool location.
All right, what other rounding thoughts do we have about The Devil All the Time? We went through the acting and how it carried it across the finish line. Talked a lot about Netflix tonight and just about the direction that it's headed.
A ton.
What else do we feel about this?
Hashtag sponsored. Hashtag Netflix. Hashtag
not a sponsor, but
our DMs are open. But
yeah, email us for business opportunities.
Yeah,
I don't know, dude. I'm thinking I don't got nothing.
I don't know. I mean, we could talk plot more, but
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it to talk plot more, because if you know, if you're a listener that hasn't seen this movie, we're not going to be able to explain the fucking plot to you. That's not what.
There's not really a through line, right? I mean,
I don't even know.
It's just the bloodline of
the bloodline is the through line. All right, sure, I like that.
You know, I guess Tom Holland's.
It's literally the devil all the time. That's the through line, dude. It's the devil's always there, man.
Yeah,
always fucking shit up, dude.
Nothing good happens
all the time.
Nothing. God, does anything fucking good happen in it? And like again, at the end of the goddamn movie, you have Tom Holland, who just had to kill two people that picked him up from hitchhiking, and then he has to kill a sheriff because the sheriff's sister is one of the people that he killed before. So he kills all of these goddamn people, and then the next scene, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hitchhike again." Like he's just ready.
I gotta get out of here.
He's like, "Yeah." Thankfully, some hippie picks him up. Hopefully, it's not the Manson family. We'll find out in The Devil All the Time Part 2, I guess.
Dude, that would be the sickest twist. But I think we're.
I think that does it.
We're fully talked out. Thoroughly
talked out. All right, let's hop right in. Let's go with our ratings. Who wants to go first on this?
Taryn.
Wow, how did you fucking know that?
Beautiful.
Holy shit.
I just want you to go first.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'll say, can you fumble? We'll do that real quick, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no because you will get so bored that you'll just stop watching the movie. I think.
Oh, wow.
The first 30 fucking minutes are so goddamn boring. I looked at the time, I was like, alright, this has to be like halfway, right? Every time I looked at the time stamp or whatever, I was pissed.
Damn.
How much more is left, dude?
You are being way harsher than I thought you were gonna be. Okay.
But I'm here for it.
Preach. Go
It's
ahead.
like, this isn't going anywhere. What else can happen? You know, like that's just how I felt every time I looked at it, dude. Every like 20 minutes, I was like, wow, it's only been 20 minutes. Like, I don't know. I guess that sounds way too harsh for how I feel, but watching it, that's how I fucking felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting is fucking phenomenal. We already said that. I remember Adrian, were asking at the beginning what genre this is. If it's like it was just like a weird movie, right? You kind of asked that. I think it's just straight up a noir movie. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the super old noir movies. This is basically what they are, but like with one thread, like one plot thread, and not like 6 that fucking weave in and out of each other. So
A lot less Venetian blinds in this one.
True,
That's like
true.
the whole thing you are.
But yeah, so I mean, it's just like a lot of weird bad shit happens to like characters. That's like noir basically. So it's like fits into that, but I don't think it did a good job. Like noir, I think it's a little outdated. Like you see noir in different places, like Blade Runner or something. That's like you can take it in different directions, but like a pure noir, I don't think it works anymore. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The shock value I didn't like. Because, I mean, I guess that was the only crazy part, so that's what kept me interested. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. I don't even have a score, dude.
Oh, no.
I will give it a 6.9. 69. Nice.
Wow.
69.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. I think I'm ready to take it over if anyone objects.
I already want to change it, but I
Go
can't. It's
for
okay.
it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is an interesting movie. I mean, I think the conversation that we had about, this is a stepping stone for Netflix originals and for the direction that this type of medium can take on. So I like that, and I think that on its own is really cool, but that shouldn't affect my actual overall rating for what this movie is standalone. This movie needs to be rated just on what its content is for what it is.
Yeah.
And the writing, the screenplay, I think leaves so much to be desired. The acting, I mean, we keep talking about this, but you could have Robert Pattinson, Tom Holland, like you could have this cast do fucking anything, make lunch, and it would be interesting, right? And so it carries this movie way further than I honestly think this movie deserves. But I don't know. At the same time, I somewhat enjoyed the attempt they made at playing around with time and about like trying to weave all of these characters together. But a lot of times it felt contrived. It felt like, like these characters met each other in a coffee shop and like they're gonna like meet later on and be serial killers, and then we're gonna show you this scene and it's gonna matter later and we're gonna show you again. It was just like, what? It's not working. It's not working for me. I don't like the direction of it, and the shock value, as Taryn kind of mentioned, that was maybe the only thing that kept me interested too. I was like, whoa, that person did this. Like, that's interesting. Like, I guess we can survive for another 20 minutes in this goddamn movie until we find something else interesting happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It left too much to be desired. I think it probably didn't do justice to the book. None of us really mentioned much about the book. Like most movies don't, but I don't know. I do like that they used Donald Ray Pollock, the author of the book, as a director. I thought that was
really cool.
Interesting, kind of thing they did. But I don't know. This isn't a great movie. I probably wouldn't recommend this to many people. It was okay watching it. I'd watch Robert Pattinson literally play anything, literally play a child rapist and be like, holy shit, he's phenomenal at it. Like, which is what this did. But I don't know. This movie's just okay. It's like a 6.3 for me. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
So,
May I say
Go ahead.
something else before I interrupt the outro and shit? Just to justify my score a little bit more, because now I'm like, oh right, all the religious stuff I thought was kind of cool to see. Like the craziness of it. I don't know. You don't really see that too much.
The true believing.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
sorry.
and then the whole
I
fumble
have no
thing,
fear.
the fumble thing. Yeah, I agree with Taryn. I think if you are drinking while watching this, you're going to be more interested in drinking and then just turn it off. Like you're just going to walk away.
So yes, fumble. No or no?
Don't fumble because you're just going to be like, yeah, I have better things to do. But being drunk.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to take it over next?
Good, Jay.
okay. Yeah, I would agree. Don't drink. No fumbling during this. Not really because you'll get bored. I don't know. Maybe you would, but you also probably wouldn't understand what the hell's going on. Like it really does jump all over the place. But that being said, I think kind of what Adrian was touching on with like these relationships feel forced to like carry the story, but I think it's like kind of the point because of the time gap that they're trying to represent. I do agree though that most of the time that thing is used for like secondary parts of movies, not really the main the main stuff. Usually there's a pretty straightforward story with secondary pieces that they show you before and then kind of play into later. So I think in that terms, yeah, it didn't work very well, but it I don't know, it still felt smooth. It felt fine. Like it wasn't terrible, I would say. It jumped around a lot, but it wasn't like awful. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think, the acting was phenomenal. Yeah, the cinematography, there was really good nuggets of good stuff there. So hopefully that we see more of that. That's some of my favorite stuff. But
Yeah.
all things considered, I'm hovering a little bit closer to where Taryn is. I don't know if Taryn would keep his score, as he said he wanted to change it right away. But I'm going with a 7, solid 7, flat 7.
Swimming in sevens.
Pretty average. All right.
Yeah.
All right, 7 out of J. James, take it away.
Yeah, echoing all the same sentiments. I'm just thinking, would I recommend this to somebody? I don't know. I mean, like, sure, why the hell not? Like, it's there on Netflix. Yeah, if you want like some kind of crazy-ish story or whatever. Yeah, sure, why not? It's not really anything special. It's a bit forced. It's a little bit contrived. Everything's sort of happenstance. Like I just hate the little side thing with the photographer guy and his girlfriend. Like I just hate it. It's just so weird out there. I'm sure that this movie really, well, I don't know, because I mean they got the guy to narrate his own movie, his own book.
I wonder what he thinks, dude.
Like I wonder what he thinks about it. Like he obviously had to sort of approve on this, and like I just feel like I almost kind of want to believe that they butchered his book, but he's
the main narration of
he's
it.
the narrator, so like I'm like I don't think he would be very happy about that. But hey, if they want to do a little 6-part like show,
Well,
like
6 pack.
Would you watch it? I wouldn't.
I wouldn't watch
Like
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, well, okay. I think it would have been better. Am I gonna if they made it after the fact that I already watched this movie? Am I gonna watch it? No. You're right. You're right. But I think they could have done a little more justice to the characters. There was just not a lot going on with him.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, you have Robert Pattinson, which just turned water into wine there. Just I guess wine is gold, but just crazy stuff. But everything's been said that's been said. It's 6.5.
6.5 out of
Okay.
James. All right. Wow, that's a pretty overall low score of a 6.675 for us. So
It's good. It's a good one.
yeah, I mean it's solid. It makes sense.
Watch it anyways. I mean, I don't know. It's
Well,
there.
that's the thing is like there's no risk. Like you're not gonna pay
Yeah.
money if you already have Netflix.
Right.
We already spoiled all the movie for you.
But that's kind of the thing is like, is there even spoilers? Like, there's a lot of
I
shock
don't know.
value. But
Yeah.
you're still gonna be shocked when you see it happen.
True.
You know?
Yeah. It's an experience.
It didn't build up anything to like be like,
Yeah.
wow,
Watch it solely to see Robert Pattinson just go absolutely fucking bonkers. And
Yeah.
Dudley, shout out Dudley. We
Yeah,
none
man.
of us even talked about Harry Potter's shitty brother, dude. That dude was loco. Dude was loco, and he went bonkers too. Shout out to the UK.
Shout out to the UK.
Bringing
Shout out
us
to
Southern
Netflix and
accents.
Albuquerque. A lot of shout outs tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that brings us to the end of our episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure you're following all of our socials. You can find all of those at filmfumblers.com. Follow us on Instagram. We usually update maybe about 30 minutes before we go live. And the most important thing, follow us on Twitch. You can watch our episodes live as we record them. And participate in our pregame show, Marbles, where basically you just watch a marble roll down a hill. And if your marble wins, you get to pick our next review. So it's a lot of fun all the way around. Next week is October. The Thing, 1982. Yes. Super excited. I have not seen that movie. So yeah, we are launching off October with a horror, creature feature. So super excited about that.
We have come full circle. Remember when we were doing The Shining, like around this time last year? And we were gonna do a whole October creature feature, and then we just like didn't do shit. Hell yeah, bro!
We're more serious about it this time now. I promise. This actually is episode 30. Is that right?
Yeah. This
cheers, guys.
Yeah.
30
Thank you guys for sticking around with us. And
we have an entire month's worth of content. Hell yeah.
Yeah. An hour and a half each day if you want to. Yeah. But yeah, so you know where to follow us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us live, stick around for the after show. We're going to be playing some games and having some good times. Cheers, guys. Have a good night.
Cheers.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.